This is Optimal Relationships Daily, episode 1681. How to Spend Money Wisely. 10 Things You Probably Aren't Doing. By Philip Taylor of ptmoney.com. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our weekly bonus episode. I'm your host and narrator, Greg Audino. Happy to have you here once again, where I share a previously aired episode from another show in our network, one that I think you'll enjoy and will affect your relationships for the better. This time around, we are hearing a reading from Optimal Finance Daily, and it's all about how to spend money wisely, which is, of course, both a big goal as well as a point of contention for many couples. So let's hear Diana's narration of this great post from Philip Taylor and start optimizing your life.
How to Spend Money Wisely. 10 Things You Probably Aren't Doing. By Philip Taylor of ptmoney.com. We all want to be wise with our money, right? Sounds good in theory, but how do you actually put it into practice? Let's take action today. These quick little improvements can have a big impact over time. Improve your spending today with these 10 tips on how to spend money wisely. Number 1, make a list of what you value. The best way to spend more wisely is to align your spending with your values. Are you even aware of your personal values? Take a moment to write down the things that are most important to you in life. Is it security for your family? Is it success in business? Is it helping others? Like me, you likely have a combination of values. Write these values down and then ask yourself this question. Am I spending my money on things I value? Then ask, am I spending my money on things that aren't in my value system? Doing this little exercise will give you some clarity and help to guide you into thinking consciously about your spending. Number 2, make a list of things you really enjoy. Along the same lines as number 1, you should be using your money to bring joy to your life. You define what joy is. Go ahead and write that down. What brings you happiness? Identify those things and then ask yourself if you're spending your money in those areas. More importantly, ask yourself why you are spending on things that aren't on that list. Bottom line, avoid spending too much money on things that aren't at the top of your joy list. Number 3, make a list of places, things, or people that cause you to make poor spending choices. Can you identify the triggers to poor spending in your life? Think about your spending over the past couple of weeks. When did you make the worst decisions, such as spending money you didn't have or spending on things that you don't value? What was the cause of your poor choice? If you can identify these weak points, then you can begin to live your life in a way that helps to avoid some of these spending hotspots. Number 4, review your regular spending for things to eliminate. When was the last time you wrote down your list of monthly bills? Take a moment to do a thorough spending review now. List out all of your required spending for the month. This includes rent or mortgage, insurance, debt payments, utilities, services, etc. Is there anything on that list that you don't need or want? It sounds absurd to ask such a question. However, I'll be the first to admit that in the past there were things on my list of monthly expenses that I didn't need or want anymore. Odds are you have one or two yourself. If you find something to eliminate, do it. An app like Truebill can help you identify expenses you may be able to eliminate. Number 5, review your regular spending to identify things to reduce. Next, take a second look at that list of monthly bills and see if there's a way to reduce the cost of any of them. Could you call the provider and ask for a better rate? Could you call a competing provider to see if you can reduce your rates by switching? If it's a debt, could you do a balance transfer or consolidation that would help you reduce your rates and eliminate debt quicker? Don't like to call and negotiate yourself? Let bill fixers do it. They saved me over $600 on my annual internet service bill. Number 6, create a budget. On a basic level, a budget is simply a plan for your money. If you know your expected income next month, write that number down. Then start applying that money to different things. Start with taxes if it isn't already taken out, giving, and savings. Then move to basic necessities like housing, food, insurance, utilities, transportation. Finally, apply the rest of your income to other things you need or want. Open up an account with an online budgeting tool to streamline this process. Number 7, start writing down each purchase you make. Tracking brings awareness to any situation. Use your iPhone or other device to take spending notes throughout the day. There are apps for that, I'm sure. Or simply carry around an old school pad and pen to jot down your spending. Do this for a week and see if your spending improves. Number 8, switch to only cash. If you have a severe problem with credit spending, this is the way to go. Some folks swear by this method even if they don't necessarily have trouble with credit cards. Like tracking your spending, going to a cash-only system, if only for a week, will bring a heightened consciousness level to your spending. Number 9, implement a sleep on it rule. Decide today that for any purchase over X amount, you will sleep on it. It could be one night, a week, 30 days, whatever. Just allow some breathing room in between your desire and your decision to buy. Obviously, this gives you time to evaluate the purchase against your values and your budget. Put future spending on a calendar. Pull out a calendar and look at your upcoming events and life changes. Will spending be necessary? If so, then make a note of that and start building a list of future spending requirements. This is somewhat different from a monthly budget because it looks a bit further out. This does 2 things. Number 1, it allows you to prepare by saving for the spending requirement. And number 2, it allows you time to shop around for the best price and lock in the lowest rates. You just listened to the post titled How to Spend Money Wisely, 10 Things You Probably Aren't Doing by Philip Taylor of PTmoney.com.
Priceline presents Go to Your Happy Price. What's up? It's Kaylee Cuoco. When it comes to travel, we all have a happy place. You can see yourself already there. It's beautiful. It might be sunny and sandy for some, neon and urban for others, deserts or rainforests or hiking trails. With Priceline, you can get to your happy place for a happy price with deals you really can't find anywhere else. Like up to 60% off select hotels to Costa Rica or 5-star hotels for 2-star prices in Cabo. Go to Priceline.com and travel to your happy place for a happy price. All right, see ya. I'm off to Miami. No, actually, wow, look at that. No, I'm going to Hawaii now. Ooh, Cancun looks nice. You know what? Belize looks pretty nice this time of year. Or, Palm Springs.
Go to your happy place for a happy price. Go to your happy price, Priceline.
I'm sure we can all be a little better with our spending habits, huh? My favorite point from this list was number 2, make a list of the things you really enjoy. When I think about where I spend the most money, it's definitely for social gatherings. There's this annual conference I love to attend called the World Domination Summit, which was sadly canceled last year due to COVID. But the ticket is ridiculously expensive. I consider myself a pretty frugal person, and yet I drop $700 plus the cost of flights, accommodations, and food. It's an expensive weekend for me. But you know what? It's worth every penny. I always walk away from that event feeling like my life is so full of possibility, and the people I meet there are just incredible. There are plenty of other areas where I'm very frugal. My mortgage is $600 per month, and I drive an old car that I paid $6,000 cash for. But getting clear on what I really enjoy and how I want to spend my time, energy, and money allows me to buy that ticket with no guilt at all. I don't think that being frugal is the same as being cheap. A cheap person doesn't want to spend money on anything, but I think a frugal person is happy to spend money on only the things that truly matter. And that'll do it for today and another installment of Optimal Finance Daily. Thank you for being here with me every day, and I'll see you here tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.